As a Christian walking with God, there will be permutations of distractions that will occur 70 times, 7 times more than the unbeliever. There is a constant doubt from believers and unbelievers, and there are strongholds, that is, negative patterns that have already been installed by the devil before he decided to commit to God. And then there's the devil who persists on using deception and your desires to drive you off course, away from God. And while all this persists, you might be on the righteous path, but you will impair your growth with God, and your mind will be out of order. And the mind that is out of order cannot accurately decipher the promptings of God. That mind can misinterpret daily necessary sacrifices for something else and become slacky. You might acknowledge the presence of God. You sense the Spirit of God in your life, in prayer and after prayer. But in certain aspects of your life, you still lack control. You have not fallen, but the gap between this position and deliberate sin is just a perfect weapon fashioned by the devil to be released at a perfect point of weakness. So you find yourself in this position or in this state or in this stage. First, I want you to understand that this crisis will not stop. Secondly, I would like you to understand that you'd have to leave all that you think is important to you. You have to leave all the haste, all the social media rush, all the adrenaline pump, and focus on all the encounters that you have had with God, everything that you have had with God. Meditate on the data that you have collected as a result of you communicating with God, all of the visions, all of the meanings, all of the secret codes that God had revealed to you that you know is from the heavens. Sit and meditate on all these things. Let them run through your mind again, then replay through your mind again. Let them become your reality. And your faith will surely stir up. Your faith will surely drive up, will surely pump out. God always reminds you when you fall. So when He reminds you, meditate again and again and again, day and night, without ceasing. If you continue on this pattern, a time will come whereby you can regenerate yourself back from the worst kinds of persecution. And for anyone who thinks that it is a supernatural, spectacular, bright light event to encounter God, or you're an unbeliever who have not, or you just feel like you have not encountered God, I would like to remind you that even the atheists, down to the 4,000 plus religions, down to the scientists, all have encountered God. We have not just, or they have not just experienced His spiritual presence. In fact, most of the events that we term as good luck are mostly as a result of God's intervention. Yet, understanding the complex yet perfectly aligned designs for the visible things can will only bring you to the conclusion that there is a good God. And that alone is an encounter with God, at least from the logical perspective of things. So, to anyone facing any difficulty living this crisis, note that if God has allowed you to face this crisis, then He has given you the ability to overcome. And also understand that God, in His great wisdom, allowed this crisis to persist so that He can be able to build us up to a point whereby we can choose to physically die rather than deny Christ. A state where we are fully dependent on Him to be sustainable, and the state where nothing can bend our conviction.